Good evening, hello and welcome to the Super Saturday debate. I'm Anusha Soni. The southern state of Karnataka has transformed into a battleground. A political one, with just days left for the upcoming assembly polls on the 10th of May. All eyes on that big battle. All political parties have resorted to the last-ditch tactics. Rallies, roadshows, speeches, controversies and personal attacks are the order of the day. Will the BJP be able to beat all odds and once again come back to power? Will the Congress party be able to defeat the force and might of the BJP and the JDS, or will once again the JDS be the kingmaker in the state? As the poll battle heats up, the recent remarks by Congress President against the Prime Minister is the latest flashpoint. The Prime Minister hit back at the Congress party for the personal attacks and the abusive language. Well, in electoral battles, personal attacks often benefit the one who's at the receiving end, especially in the case of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Will these personal jibes affect the poll outcome? Will this election continue to be predominantly an election about the local issues, or BJP able to set the narrative in the last run-up, in the last lap in the run-up to the elections? Our focus on the battle for Karnataka and all the key talking points.
कांग्रेस के लोगों ने 91 टाइम अलग-अलग गालियां दी है.
Karnataka have stopped expecting from the Prime Minister. Let him come, let him give his speeches, let him do his road shows, because that's what he's good at. But people are waiting for the 5 guarantees of the Congress party.
Well, let's take this question to our guest. As I said in the beginning, will this election be about the narrative that the BJP has set, or the local issues which are amorphous, which are different in different regions of Karnataka, will drive the state elections, which is usually the case? Let's take this question to our guest as well. Ajay Aalok, the BJP spokesperson, is with us on the broadcast. Ruth Manorama from the JDS, Sujata Paul of the Congress party, Mr. Desh Ratan Nigam, who's a lawyer and political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Sujata ji, coming to you first. The Prime Minister said over 90 times I've been abused in different kind of words and languages by the Congress party. It hasn't benefited them. Why take personal jibes at me? Because you have not done good governance. That's the charge by the Prime Minister. What's the defense of the Congress party?
The Prime Minister had nothing to say about the BJP government in Karnataka. And this election is about Karnataka and not about Mr. I, me, myself.com. It is about the issues of the people of Karnataka. He did not mention that there is a Supreme Court stay on the reservation issue. Now, when you are talking about giving reservation to Vokaligas and Lingayats, SC, STs are being fooled. And everybody is being fooled, and that is all that the government is doing. Of course, he spoke about the cylinder which has gone from 440 to 1120 today. And the people of Karnataka are asking, where is the government's response or the Prime Minister's response to the 40% commission Sarkara of Karnataka? And as far as the Prime Minister is concerned, of course, he will weigh galis in kilos, and he will weigh galis in liters and God knows what all. And thankfully, he's got a number this time, because that, I think, must be the work that his chief of chief of trolls
I get the point. I get the point that the Congress party has been trying to raise certain issues and certain benchmark of the political narrative that you want to assert on this debate. And I will take all those points to the BJP spokesperson as well. Also, the larger point that it should be the people's issue that should be the focus here. But I must ask you, why should this kind of language have a place in Indian politics and Indian discourse? And I clarify by saying that this question holds true for all political parties. But right now, BJP is accusing you of using this kind of language. And hence, I'm asking you this question. Why have this language in the first place?
So I'll answer this in two parts. First of all, it is the Prime Minister, no less, who has used words like Jersey cow, hybrid bachda, and his, favorite blue-eyed boy, Yatnal, who called Srimati Sonia Gandhi, wife of a martyred former Prime Minister of this country, of Vish Kanya. Who is using this language? And where have you heard the Congress leaders using any such language? You might accuse the Congress of using language like this by twisting their words, like they've done in the case of Khargeji. But they have no respect for anybody. And second point that I want to make is that they don't have any issues, and that is why the Prime Minister said, "Mere ko gali de di, isliye mujhe vote de do." Is this logic? Is this logic? You tell me.
मैं ये दोनों सवाल बीजेपी से पूछूंगी सुजाता जी. I'm going to raise both these points with the BJP. Ajay, Aalok ji, thank you so much for joining us. You're joining us today on the broadcast, and you must tell us about both the points that the Congress party has raised. A, they say that this election is not about any particular individual. It's about the issues of the people of Karnataka. And the BJP, which has been in power in the state, must answer on Muslim reservation quota, on the 40% kickbacks, the allegations that the Congress party is making. Individual-centric politics is not the focus area in the state of Karnataka. That's what the Congress party is saying. Respond on that, sir.
No, individual policy, individual discussion is not the policy. That's right. I absolutely agree to that. But, Anusha, there is a problem. You can make people understand who are sensible, but you cannot make a habitual, stubborn people understand something. In the course of recent development, because of abusive language, when one of their top shots, their rather would-be king, has lost the membership, and still they are not ready to understand that what do you mean by the abusive languages. Now, I come to the second point of it. Why they are filled with so much anger? What is the anger? Why they are like, every time they speak, the venom comes out. We'll talk about the Karnataka issues and development. But this is the mindset you have to understand. Why the venom against Prime Minister? What for?
But Ajay, Aalok ji, the Congress party
He's
was
making
quick to
Congress
respond.
lose every time.
No, the Congress party has lost electoral battles. That's a matter of fact. Nobody can dispute with that. But I must raise the question to you that the Congress party has raised, which is that this kind of language has been used by various leaders of the BJP. And this is not the first time that is happening in politics. And the BJP has no moral platitude to talk to the Congress party on these points. That's what they're saying. That if we are guilty, you are no better. That's their argument, sir.
No. I'll just clarify that.
Yeah.
And I challenge Sujata ma'am, or for that matter Congress party, that if that Jersey guy, or for that matter Congress ki vidwa, whatever the term she was using that has been used by the Prime Minister, if a single name has been mentioned, please say it now. You must be having that in the archive, all those statements made by the PM. If any name has been taken, please mention it. We will quit politics. I will quit politics.
Sujata ji, you want to respond
to that? There was no name mentioned.
Yes.
How did they assume?
Yes.
How did they assume that when I say Congress ki vidwa, it's Sonia Gandhi? When I say Jersey guy ka bachda, it is Rahul Gandhi? Because it's their mindset. It's a polluted mindset.
Okay. Sujata ji, a quick response from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The Prime Minister has gone to town talking about Ma Beta Ki Sarkar, Baap Beta, Ma Beta. This is the kind of language they use. And Rahul Gandhi has been maligned, derogated, and what not has been said about him. But not once has Rahul Gandhi ever retorted in this manner. And he has never said that, yes, the Prime Minister is the one who uses this language. Why can't you talk about the five guarantees that the Congress is offering? Because it is a double engine, double corruption sarkar, and that is why you have to digress from there, digress from the real issues. The fact that you have failed as a government, that the BJP spokesperson does not have any answers, does not know what to say today. Because I do understand Mr. Ajay Aalok might be a good man personally, but of course, when he's representing the BJP, he has to defend what the Prime Minister has said. So a language like hybrid bachra is being defended by him. This is a shame. He should not be defending Congress ki vidwa. किसी भी महिला को कांग्रेस की विधवा क्यों कहा? ये बताइए आप.
Sujata ji, a quick response from Ajay Aalok, and then I have other two panelists waiting on the broadcast. Ajay Aalok ji, किसी भी महिला के लिए इस तरह के शब्द का इस्तेमाल क्यों किया जाए?
देखिए, एक कबीर का दोहा है, इन पे बड़ा फिट बैठता है। धरा तूने कभी छोड़ी नहीं, छूकर भी आकाश। धरा तूने कभी छोड़ी नहीं, छूकर भी आकाश। राम रहीम तो तय है कबीरा, काहे हो विनाश। इनके चाहने से मोदी जी का विनाश नहीं होने वाला है। As far as the matter of development goes, what Karnataka needs today, I would like to ask why they are angry on Modi ji. Just because he has made Karnataka Shauch Mukt Karnataka. Why is they are angry on Modi ji? Just because there's a highway, you can travel to Chennai in 2 hours and Mysore to 1.5 hours. Why they are angry to Modi ji?
I am glad that
No,
once again,
just because they have made a lightweight helicopter manufacturing unit.
Nobody is
there in
angry
Karnataka.
with
Why they are
I
angry on
have
Modi ji? Because
last
it's
10
the
minutes
top
on
shot
the
innovation
show.
state
I have
in
last
the
10 minutes
country.
on the show. I want to bring in Ruth Manorama as well from the JDS and Mr. Desh Ratan
Because the
Nigam as
largest
well.
FDI is there in Karnataka.
I'll come to you, Ajay ji. We'll finish this discussion and I'll let you make those points about the development narrative that you're talking about. But Ruth Manorama, coming to you, ma'am, how do you see the role of JDS in all of this? There's a heavy charge that the BJP has made that these are personal attacks being made against the Prime Minister. They're accusing the Congress party of using this brand of politics. How does the JDS stand on this matter? And I know that it doesn't directly concern you and JDS can just sit by and watch this. But do you think this kind of narrative has a place in Karnataka's politics?
I think when you really take up the Indian politics on the whole,
Ji.
like, there has been gradual criminalization of politics, and there is a lot of corruptions in politics is going on. But I think what we are what we are looking today is really the individual attacks as well as, abusing them. And also today, we also seen that people were attacked physically. So I think criminalization, corruption, and attacking individuals, these are all there for a very long time. Now it has intensified at this moment. While the regional parties are raising the issues of the people and development and of the most poor, everybody wants to talk about each other, attacking them so that they think they gain, they gain really a publicity for them. And they think also that will become a very big issue in the election. But I'm saying that in my party, we are sitting and watching them. Yeah, when somebody attacks us, we also respond to that. But in a response to that, in respecting people with a dignity, we should treat each other. The ethics of, the politics is really eroding in our country. Therefore, everybody talks about each other and the women become, kind of a centrality to these attacks.
Ruth Manorama, my next question to you is that do you believe that this election, especially in the state of Karnataka, would be about a certain sweeping narrative that the BJP has been trying to set? Most of the experts would say that. Or predominantly the local issues of different pockets of Karnataka will dominate how people vote. What is the understanding of the JDS?
In a sense, everybody is coming with their manifestos and programs. But I think, that doesn't really come into the forefront. Look at, JDS today. We have been talking about Pancharatna scheme, very precisely going to people and talking to them, talking about education, talking about health, talking about empowerment of women, and that is all we are talking about. And housing for the poor, housing support, we wanted to give it to women, and youth and women's empowerment, and developing Karnataka. We are talking about development. We are talking about peace.
Okay.
We are talking about also, bringing equality and giving reservation rights for people.
There's a tough competition that the BJP wants to give you in the old Mysuru region. And that is why we have seen the hectic political campaigning which is happening from the side of the BJP. We'll know on the 13th of May in which direction it goes. But Mr. Desh Ratan Nigam, I'm coming back to you. And I draw the distinction between the local issues versus the narrative which is being said by BJP. Because the Congress party says, well, look, this is not about a particular individual. We did not intend to attack the Prime Minister in a personal capacity. And we were only talking about the kind of policies and the paradigms that have been adopted by the BJP so far. Can the Congress party get away by saying this? More importantly, does this narrative really stick, or you see this, benefiting the BJP in some way or the other? Mr. Nigam.
Anusha, in fact, the election in Karnataka is a fusion of both local and national issues. Say, for example, if the toilets are being made, it's a national scheme, it is impacting local people as well. Or Ayushman Bharat, which is a national scheme, it is impacting local people because local people are getting benefited out of it. So it's a fusion of both national and local issues. And if you recall, the BJP in its budget in 2023 marked, 5,300 crores for the dry region of Karnataka Upper Bhadra project, which is has a difficulty in, potable drinking water. So these are the issues which are going to impact, and they are in favor of BJP, no doubt about it. However, to abuse PM, especially by the president of a particular party, certainly acts as a bonus to BJP and will go in their favor. And that is what Prime Minister has also said about time and again. I don't know why can't the people in the Congress, especially the highest leadership, restrain? I mean, that's what is very surprising.
Mr. Nigam, the Congress party says that, we can also talk about the multiple attacks that have been made on Mrs. Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi. And clearly this has been the discourse coming in from different political parties. Why are you singling out the Congress for, any kind of statements that have been made? Sujata ji, I'll come to you. Yeah.
See, let me tell you, whenever
I'll come to you. Sujata ji, one second. Let Mr. Nigam finish his argument, then to you, ma'am. Yes, Mr. Nigam.
Whenever the Prime Minister speaks, it's basically he's reacting to it in a context, in a particular context. When he calls somebody Shahzada, he's talking about the sense of entitlement a particular family or dynasty has, or the dynasty or family politics where people parachute land rather than coming from the grassroots level. So he has a context to it. And somewhere, if a president says out of nowhere, there is no context to it that he's a poisonous snake and he will die with his venom. From where does it come?
All right.
This is.
All right.
I mean that.
I have last few minutes on the show. I want to bring in Ajay, Aalok, and Sujata Paul. Sujata ji, first your response, then I'll go to the BJP.
Yes. Again, that's a huge lie, and that is what the chiller troll chief has been doing, twisting things and trying to make it sound like our president has said something to the prime minister. No, he's spoken about your ideology, which is the ideology of Mr. Desh Ratan Nigam, and that's why he's affected so badly. But yes, that ideology is venomous. There is no doubt about that. And they better keep that, in control, because that is what has spoiled the atmosphere of the country. But as far as the Congress is concerned, the Congress never does that. And the Congress is only talking about the 5 guarantees, the Gruha Lakshmi, the Gruha Jyoti, the Anna Bhagya, the Yuva Nidhi, and all the other things that people of Karnataka need. Whereas the BJP government has not spoken about the PSI scam, the assistant professor scam, assistant engineer scam, the Mysore Standard soap scam.
Yes, let me put this question to the BJP. Ajay, the question here is, or the argument which is raised by a political opponents is that because there is no answer that the BJP has on the governance plank or the various allegations that the Congress party is making, you're trying to divert the narrative in a certain direction that it benefits you and claiming political victimization. Does that hold true? Does that stick, sir?
There is no question of claiming political victimization, number one. 91 personal attacks in the form of abuses have been made. What Prime Minister said it very clearly. And then let me remind that even Kans gave Shishupal 100 opportunities. 91 is gone, only 9 remaining. And in the coming by the Lok Sabha, that 9 will also be gone. And this time, people will give them reply. Now, she was saying 40% commission. Who doesn't know that a government and a Prime Minister who himself claimed that 85% money used to go in commission and only 15% money used to reach people, they are accusing BJP of 40% commission. What an irony, ma'am. Today that money is being transferred to DVT. 100% money reaches to the people. There is no commission. Commission is only in the imagination of Congress, because Congress and commission, C for Congress and C for commission. That is not going to come again. Why Karnataka? We are talking on issues. Why Karnataka is the best today? And we want to make it the best. Number 1 in startup innovation in the country. How come? Number 1 in FDI. 30% of the total FDI going to Karnataka. How come? Number 1 in ease of doing business. How come? All this is happening out of blue. This is happening because of good governance, and this is happening because of the centre's will. Major highways are coming up.
All right,
11 airports have been built up.
Let me give
Largest
one last
helicopter
minute
factory
to
is
the
coming
Congress
up.
party, and then
55 lakhs employment is coming up.
The BJP has a point there that while the Congress party has been making all these allegations of 40% commission, kickbacks, Where is the proof? I mean, there is no proof that has been put out in the public domain. And just because you repeat a lie often, it doesn't become the truth. Answer your political opponents.
I agree that if you speak lies often, they don't become the truth. And that is exactly what the Prime Minister keeps doing. But, the 40% Commission Sarkara has no answers to why Santosh Patil died. From where did the 8 crore rupee come from their Virapaksha Shappa? What about the scams that I was talking about? They're not talking about the various scams. Why? And these are all in the public domain, whether it is the PSI scam or the assistant engineer scam or the assistant, the various other scams. And there is a list of scams. It's a huge list. So there are no answers to that. And that is why.
I am sorry to interrupt you there. I am completely short of time. Sujata Paul, Desh Ratan Nigam, Ruth Manorama, Ajay, Aalok. My apologies to the guest. I'm not able to go right now because of paucity of time. But thank you so much for joining us today's evening. Well, Janta Janardhan, the people of Karnataka will decide who they want to listen to, who their leaders are going to be. All eyes on the 13th of May. Till then, it's hectic political campaigning in the state of Karnataka. It's a wrap. Thank you for watching.